pictured, broadly we would classify that as Beaux-Arts, French for fine arts. Style that was common in the late 19th and early 20th century. Very ornate and elaborate buildings. That one leans a little more towards neoclassicalism, but these things aren't necessarily set in stone as people think. To the right of that, rising up into the sky with the statue on top, one of my favorites, the Chicago Board of Trade by Grant Anderson Forbes in white 1930. That's a style called Art Deco, the architecture of the Jazz Age, the 1920s and 30s. Those buildings had more of a streamlined verticality, clean lines, simple geometric art. Elsewhere around you can see some very plain black boxes. Those are good examples of modernism, the style that took over in the 1940s and 50s when the idea was just less is more, less is more. So, Beaux-Arts, or neoclassicalism. Art Deco, modernism. That's Architecture 101 right there. After a while, the whole less is more thing started to get boring, and they moved on to postmodernism, which sometimes got pretty weird, but other times they just got a little bit more creative than black boxes. One good example is this one right in front of us, and directly in front with a circular glass thing on top. We like to call that one the world's largest White Castle. And we might as well, it doesn't have a name. This is just 311 South Wacker, 1990, Code Peterson and Fox Architects. Now, that doesn't have a name, just goes by its address. So, you know, we've lost a lot of height records in Chicago over the years. That's the kind of thing you can't really get that upset about. It's just how the world works. If you build a tall building, somebody else will build a taller one sooner or later. That's just how the world spins. And we're all really, if you think about it, just trying to answer the same very basic, ultimate human question of what can we really accomplish? How big of a building can we really build here? Everybody's trying to figure that out, so the numbers keep going up and up. But when 311 South Wacker was built, it was the tallest building in the world that didn't have a name. And it held on to that record until just 2 years ago when New York had to go and build a taller building at 426 Park Avenue that didn't have a name. That one gets my goat. I didn't let that one happen. And of course, standing directly behind that one is the granddaddy of them all, the Sears Tower from the 1970s. Visually now known as the Willis Tower, but locals still refer to it as the Sears under penalty of torture. On a clear day from the observation deck, you can see 4 states. I believe today's selections are Wisconsin, Indiana, Nebraska, and New Jersey.
Dice que de ahí se puede ver 4 estados. Ahí arriba.
And it happens too. I mean, I get these guys like, that's amazeballs, bro. Actually, the 4 states that you can see are Wisconsin, Indiana, Michigan.
Las 4 de ahí.
Illinois, you got it. It took me forever the first time somebody asked me how. I was like looking at maps for the longest time. But anyways, Skidmore, Bloomington, Maryland architects in the early 60s and 70s, they were very into plain black box modernism. But you couldn't call a plain black box without a 1,400 feet. But here it is now in front of us in all of its glory. What we see is it's all bundled too construction. It's really 9 of those plain black rectangle buildings all bundled together. Like when they're together like that, they strengthen one another. Fosler Kahn, the engineer, was called the Einstein of structural engineering. For a good 25 years, that was the tallest building in the world. That is a really long time for any building to hold on to that record, really. Up along the top on the left, you can see those glass boxes sticking out. Those are the skyledge, the glass balconies they added onto the observation deck a couple of years ago. You see any flashing lights? Those are people's camera flashes going off in there. So you can stand there and look directly down 103 floors. It's kind of disorienting. I took a school group up there a couple of months ago and a girl did a backflip on the skyledge. It was horrifying. It was awesome, but it was horrifying. I'm just so glad permission slips were a thing that day. Now coming up on the right, this is a building I used to point out just as a good example of bad modernism. Usually a good modernist building, you can never see the seams, you can never see the screws. Here you can not only see the seams, but they don't really, the lines don't line up like they should. But the Chicago Reader called the place conspicuously dull when it was built. So a few years back, they got tired of being conspicuously dull and decided to add this design element over the elevator shaft. It was previously just in plain beige. And what this is a map of the Chicago River. That red rectangle in the middle there is the "You Are Here" portion. So right now we are directly to the left of the rectangle, making our way further up the stairs. So a good example of how a little thing goes a long way. That means the building infinitely more desirable as a real station to begin with. And for my purposes, they made it a lot more important to talk about. I used to just talk about how bad that building is. I used to talk about how good that building is. I'd rather talk about a building I love than a building I hate.
Ya se paró, no creo.
Otra vez.
And on the right, you can stare up now. You get a good perspective on just how high up the Sears really goes.